the morning wood. Let's go. Some old school shit right here. Obi Trice, Nate.
Thick eyes, but she full of surprises. I swear this bitch is shady. It's what I know. Sex on her mind all the time.
And you think that that's your baby.
You don't know. You a good guy that's living a lie, but she told him where you're safe. It's what I know. If you cool and she's satisfied, how come that bitch just pays me? You don't know.
Last time I saw you, you was brewed up, booed up, ready for a new bump. Last time you saw me, I was P.I. to the MP. What? And lately I heard you's a broke chick living in a lower class suburb. And lately the word is I live in a suburb and I don't touch them birds. She used to on the block, no be Bella no be out, but she tried to plot on another vacant lot one chick, go figure. He used to pay this, gave her lots of chips. What's wrong with this man? He used to bring it through the hood, treat that ass too damn good, my opinion. We used to blaze with the chick, faded off the lick, she X-rated the clip. This dude bought braids for the chick, Louis Vuitton kicks a trick. Meanwhile in the hood, she driving around good, spit like she in Hollywood. Meantime, she setting it up, telling us what the stuff, she ready to get him stuck. What?
Thick eyes, but she full of surprises. I swear this is shady. It's what I know. Sex on her mind all the time, and you think that that's your baby. You don't know. You a good guy that's living a lie, but she told him where you're safe. It's what I know. If you cool and she's satisfied, how come that bitch just pays me? You don't know.
We had to ride on the number, watch him for the right time to get richer. We decided when it was run up on him, in the ribs. What? This nookie scream like shoulders where the chips hit a hell of a lick. But the trick who told us about the chips exposed us to the he knew to become. Meanwhile in his hood, his homies are suiting up and Tim'd and looted up. Rims and new trucks, your man living it up. Then the van with no hub suddenly pulled up in the rough. Got the homie up, just my luck. The chick got us both touches like a rush. To blush and hung tough with us, turned out to be nuts. Switched up, mixed up with the wrong got my frame zipped up in the it's all bad. My homies got my back, in fact, they caught her on the ab, flossing in another sucker cab.
Thick eyes, but she full of surprises. I swear this is shady. It's what I know. Sex on her mind all the time, and you think that that's your baby. You don't know. You a good guy that's living a lie, but she told him where you're safe. It's what I know. If you cool and she's satisfied, how come that just pays me? You don't know.
Marijuana. Look at a throwback. It's a throwback. I had to do. Okay. Watch yourself, Obi. Oh, that's not. Is it Obi? Oh, Obi. Look, you know what I've realized is throwing these old school tracks. They don't have like where they copyright it or some shit. They don't block it out on the replay. So I think there might have been some kind of like shit that went down at some point. They were like, look, if you play the music, we're blocking it out. But not the old school ones right there. Obi Trice, Nate Dogg, man, that is a track. I actually got reminded of that song because someone was cruising on a bike yesterday, vibing to it. I was like, that actually is a dope track. I forgot all about that shit. Marijuana to you, what is going down? Appreciate you popping in. It is a Tuesday morning. We got Zane in here. We got High as fuck in this motherfucker. We got Knack, Mac, Ronan, Peace, man. We got the squad. What's going down? What are you smoking? Now, I'm conflicted right now because I really do love me some Ridgeline. Oh, and shout out to Ridgeline. I got some blueberry caviar and some Lance. But I also got this box. Ooh, fuck, I'm having hard choices. Where would you guys go? Would you go blueberry caviar, which is absolutely fantastic, Ridgeline? Or would you dive into the box? Fuck, I want to go. I'm gonna be buck. It's a hard decision. Marijuana to you, Cloud Mav in the building, Stu Body, SirHIGH, J Rolls Joints. What up, my dude? Marijuana to you guys. Nice. dope interview today. Also, let you guys know who the guest is today. Had to make a little quick switch up, but we got Paul today. We got Paul joining today. Proper Doinks, the other half. And looking for that. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and send out this promo. Let me send out this promo. Make sure we get it out there. Let's make sure we get it out there. But yeah, I've been wanting to talk with Paul. Paul's, obviously been watching him for some time, and we hear a lot from Adam, Mr. Hot Take Adam, but now we get Paul. We get Paul today, who is going to answer some questions that I've wanted to ask him for many moons, so I'm looking forward to it. Vouchy says, nice, been on some Chem Dog and Blue Bubba. My man, thank you for that. Shout out to, Blue Bubba. I put my two together. Okay, nice. How's that, Blue Bubba? A bunch of bulls smoking more Monster Cookie today, waiting for the peaches tonight. God, I want to go blueberry. I want to go blueberry caviar. I can't help it. This shit is, I got to do it. That's what I'm going with today. All right, marijuana though. So Paul, at the bottom of the hour, let's get into some topics out there. What have you witnessed going down there in cannabis out there in the world? Obviously, we saw what happened after the Olympics. People congratulating one another. Lots of gifts coming out there. We saw a couple. We did see this, though. We got to talk about it all, right? We talk about it. I synced it. Let's go ahead and dive into it, right? We saw a little bit of feedback from Seed Junkie. All right, Seed Junkie came out there and said this on the internet. Said, bunch of clowns taking credit for and doing collabs with stuff I bred and selected. They don't make them like they used to. Smack my head. Right there, Seed Junkie coming out after it was announced that there were awards for Guz. And then you can't possibly be saying that about Draft Pussy, right? Did in fact Seed Junkie create Draft Pussy? I guess that would make sense because he sent the pollen of Draft Pussy. So is he out here being like, yo, dog, like, these motherfuckers just winning shit off my gear? Is that what he's saying? Confirm in the chat. Also, those are terrible rolls. I know we did see that. Well, we heard about that. All right, but then we got a response from SirHIGH. SirHIGH said, okay, well, if that's how you're feeling, let me go ahead and just say thank you. Let me just go ahead and salute Seed Junkie for giving me the fake pollen that helped me make Guz. He is also a legend, right? He's saying, look, man, I got you, dude. You feeling some type of way? I'm over here cooking with the gear. You know what I mean? Damn. I've been thinking about it because I talked to Seed Junkie, right? I talked to Seed Junkie about this topic about a week or so ago. I think it would be dope to get them all three, just like, him, SirHIGH, Cushington. Like, that needs to be a hot slices, right? Like, in my opinion, like, one of the things that I would do prior to TMW, when I would do like a smaller one called Hyena, like, I would get the characters involved, right? Like, I have enough of a presence in Arizona that I was able to negotiate these things where we would get everybody on and we would discuss it. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull that off, though. Like, I can't even get a response from Cushington, right? I've been like, real fucking thought out ass response or reach out. And no response. Maddie, I never got my jar of peaches. The jar of peaches that you guys saw was actually just the jar that shout to Blackleaf used to gift me some reefers. He just had a jar. What are we talking about out there, though? Sarah said, Seed Junkie Santorini, okay. Santorini. Is that how I spell Santorini? I got a speech impediment. It'll come out every once in a while. It's showing its head. Waiting for the E-Rig battle to buy one. No shit. So you are looking at this E-Rig battle as like how you're going to rock it? Hell yeah, dude. All right. I heard it's going to be like a late night little situation. We'll ask Paul about it. We got Paul joining at the bottom of the hour. So we'll be able to ask those questions. Mario said I got big league. Who got big league? With the peaches jar? No, I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I guess. I mean, look, man. There's levels to this shit, right? If Lance is going to gift peaches to anybody, it's going to be someone that is leveled up. No, I'm sure he would give you some. I didn't mean it like that, but I meant like, you know what I mean? If you only got so much on you, going to make sure the right hands get it. Get a Puffco. I am like fucking, you know, Puffco damn near. I'm hoed out on Puffco, actually. There's no better way to say it. I'm hoed out. I got there was one point, gotta collect them all. I'm getting fucking every color drop. Like, what am I doing? I also own a smoke shop, though, so I was getting it wholesale. That's the only reason. Let's be honest here, all right? Time out. But the E-Rig battle does interest me because I do think that Quartz needs to be in the bucket. That was the one thing that when Puffco went from V1 to V2 and they removed the ability for you to upgrade your bull, right? I mean, that's when I kind of checked out a little bit of being like, man, let's fucking dive in. But on the V1s, you can make adaptations. There's companies out there. And what you see, there's literally companies that are like eating off Puffco's business, right? There's like the Tethers. I said, damn, that's some shit when you fucking build a company so successful that other companies are successful off you. Like, damn. Levels to this shit. The new Puffco core is a handy little guy. I do like the core. I don't know what that one is. The proxy? There's another one? Are we talking about the pen? But shout out to Puffco. They're out there doing their thing. I think that's a very deep conversation to have about Puffco. Like, if we really want to that in itself says a lot about Puffco. That we can literally debate if they fucked up the glass market. Like, damn. That says a lot about a product where you can question if it fucked up the glass game. Mario out there saying no. The new Puffco core is I already read that. Not liking Puffco products is like smoking BHO over rosin. Bro, Puffco smokers get a lot of hate. I remember the motherfuckers don't even think I really dab because I smoke a Puffco. They'd be like, oh, Jay don't dab. Jay don't dab. I've been doing fucking hot nails since goddamn 2010. And I stopped around 2013. I'm just saying. Proxy leaves you wanting to dab still? All right. What's up, DGR? How you doing? Oh, shit. Clones being mailed today. Some of yous. For some of yous. They said they had 35 emails reach out. I was like, damn. I'm like, cool. I was like, I thought we maybe have, I think I told them originally we'd have 12, right? So 35 people have sent Boston Clone Company the email that you needed to send to get you the clone, to get you in the grow along. Let's get it. 20 of you have paid. 20 years have paid, all right? Clones going out today. I think we need to put a deadline out there. We need to put a deadline saying that, like, if you don't get involved by next Wednesday, a little over a week from today, if you don't get involved or we reach capacity, whichever comes first. But I don't think that in 2 weeks you can reach out to Boston Clone Co. and be like, well, what happened? No. Look alive. Look alive, soldier. Get in the game, right? Get in the fucking game. Don't come in 2 weeks being like, what happened, Jay? I sent you. I did this. No, I've even opened up the fucking DMs now. You can hit me on the Insty. Now, I do got a lot of Insties out there. Figure it out. Those hot knives shitty for sure? Damn. Really? I'll fucking tell you what, on those hot knives, I feel fucked when I don't have a hot knife now. I am definitely bougie with the hot knife now. It has just made it so nice. Like, yeah, when I don't have the hot knife, I'm scraping it against the wall. That's not better. Or, I haven't done this in a while. I'm a wall scraper. But you could definitely put a little lighter to the fucking dabber, depending on what kind of dabber you got, right? I don't like that either, though. Oh, yeah, we make the best E-rigs. Just can't figure out the hot knives. Damn, you guys are roasting them. I don't know. I like the hot knives. I got two right here. I'm going to roll some weed. Man, we got Paul at the bottom of the hour. Look it. We got Paul at the bottom of the hour. If my tree not combusting, it's going to immediately in the vaporizer and all the performance can be unlocked. Combustibility, right? No flame. No flame, just the appropriate heat levels to get what you want. I'm going to roll some weed. Are you? Huh? Jay trying to connect you with a few guests. You need ChemDog on the show ASAP. Also, Dr. Lester Grinspoon, son. Oh, his son, Peter. Don't get popping this motherfucker. Is down. Told him about the show. Appreciate you, Nutmeg. Thank you, my dude. Thank you very much. It's a group effort. What up, Rafe? Man, guys, we're almost at 100 shows, though, right? 100 shows with you guys, man. I'm part of the squad now. I'm part of the squad. Wouldn't you like to get away? Guys, I'm failing, though, on our fucking shit. Oh, whoa, chill. I'm failing, man. We wrote a whole ass track. And that shit's gonzo. It's not gone. I just got to do it. Oh, I guarantee you I've done more than Improper. I talked to Improper. I'm like, I said, you love you some IG, guy. You love you some Instagram. Take your ass to the network. He needs to take his ass to the network, right? I used to, what happened to just the random pop-ins with Improper, right? He used to just smoke blunts with us. Just pop in, say hi. Where is it? I guess that whole vape challenge, really was a lot. Hold on, I'll fix that in a second. I guess though, like, imagine that, right? You got a bracket. He had to focus on his bracket. He couldn't just be over here bullshitting with us. Matter of fact, isn't the bracket now at the Final Four? Let's go. We need to go here and promo, my guy. Fuck are we doing? We're at the final four of this fucking bracket he's been doing for like 2 months. This is incredible. Here he is. Yeah, here he is. Look how happy he looks. Look how happy he looks fresh off the bat. He's announcing that he's at the final four, baby. Let's go. Let's hear him out.
Match of the vape bracket quarterfinals. This time out of the red corner, we got Flavorade returning on a 5-win streak. The Woodsy is on what is looking like an unstoppable run. They are going up against Connected in the blue corner with the blue Andes, and we have a live versus cured resin matchup on our hands. Quick look at the rules. Let's vape. I just don't really see how this is possible. I said it before and I'll say it again. The consistency has beat out every single vape I have tried. I will say the Z-terps are a little bit more diluted, but not in place of any background noise or vapey flavor. It's still very pure. It's just a little bit less intense, if that makes sense. Moving forward in this bracket, I just start thinking which vape will take this out. And that's gonna be a hard match for anybody. Excuse me. So the Connected also very smooth, and I got a little bit more expansion off that hit as well. So hardware wise, it is getting a little bit harder to hit. Seems like it's kind of clogging every other hit. There's just like the slightest little background noise on the exhale. Still very nice. Definitely a top live resin vape in this bracket. So I would give Connected expansion. I feel it a little bit more in the lungs, as well as intensity. There is a little bit more background noise, but still pretty strong terps coming through. I would also give it stain. On the other hand, I do have to give the Woodsy smoothness, purity, and coat. Phenomenal vape over and over again. Very consistent hardware wise and across the board. With the longevity and as many matches as I've done compared to the other vapes, this is doing numbers by a long shot. So both of these great resin vapes would definitely recommend. That is a 5-3 victory for Flavorade yet again. 6th win on the board. Congrats. Moving on to the semifinals.
Wow. Semifinals. I don't know what it looks like. Maybe they got it over here. Maybe they got it over here. Over hither. Nope. Final four, though. Who's gonna take it? Are you guys gonna go get one? Like, let me ask you a question. Are you fucking with the vapes after the vape bracket? Like, where were you at prior to the bracket? Where do you stand now? Are you like, all right, well, look, man, Dave out here saying this shit hits. I'm gonna go get me one, right? I'm not going to lie to you. I do love me a goddamn vape. Even though we had Dr. Riley Kirk on here calling it basically the vapes, the shit of the industry. My quote, not hers, but that's what I received, right? Saying like, we don't know what the fuck is going on with these vapes. And even hinted that there could be some correlation with scromiting or vomiting or whatever the fuck they want to call it. Cannabis hypermesis syndrome is you know what I mean? But when it's quality, I'm still hitting that pin. I'm hitting the pin. You know what I mean? I just like to have it in my pocket. It's nice to be able to have in case of like break glass, smoke now type shit, right? Like traffic, being inside of a place. Driving. Oh, whoa. Did I just put that on paper? Allegedly. Calm down. You feel me, though? Marijuana. Trey the Great said, them fuckers stay clogged. It does seem like we're some test dummies with these vapes. This is not definitely a figured out method for vaporizing cannabis yet, but we are seeing them attempt it. So that's great. You know what I mean? Like fucking science. Figure it out. Figure it out. Be the first one to figure it out. A lot of people say that's not the move. And I now agree after being the first one to open a cannabis lounge in Arizona. Fuck. Well, legally. There's been a lot of lounges open in Arizona, but they get 6 months. 6 months max, maybe 9 if you're lucky. High Lounge has been open now 3+ years. We did it. We did it. Mids. Could you imagine the merch that Dr. Riley Kirk could have if with this breast milk situation? Ladies will swoop if you were able to just like tie in some like kind of merch with the breast milk and the reefers and be like having a baby suck the tit and be like, not stoned, but I am. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's options for you ladies out there. Shit could crack. Marijuana. Are the all-in-one vapes better than cart or quite the same as quality and performance? I think it's the same shit. I believe it's the same shit, I Spy. I don't think that the hardware... I do think that the hardware can make a difference. But I think at the level when we're looking at like quality like that... Maternity mids! Oh, shit. Don't say that. Don't do that to Dr. My Riley Kirk smokes fire, right? My Riley Kirk is out there blowing it down with the best possible she can find. And a little combo. She likes a little CBG. Don't do that, man. Come on. Maternity pressure. Rafe said, I buy that merch every time I heard any person got pregnant. Whole family getting non-med breast milk shirts. You know what I'm saying? I'm just marinating on the merch right now. I think that would be a great idea. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think that we could even be doing it now. Because it's in a sense been you can't say proven. Pregnancy pack?
Wow.
Oh, wow. Did you witness what I almost did right there? Who in the fuck am I? Oh, man, we got Paul getting ready to join in this bitch, though. This is going to be a fun convo. All right, here we go. You know what I like to do? Well, go.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries
Just to smoke some pot. Go!
Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you've got no lights, the
Check is in the mail. No?
and your little
Wow,
angel
non-med nips.
by its tail.
I like the no-med nips.
And
I don't
your
like the
third
extra
fiancé
end.
didn't show.
Anyways, let me get back in the rap. Let's go.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Shout out to Rafe, Nutmeg, Maddie in the building.
Glad you came.
Shout out to the moms out there. THC breast milk. Yeah.
Troubles are all the same.
You wanna be
where everybody knows your name.
You know what? Rafe, I think Nomad nips, way better flow. Nomad nips. God damn. I think that Ridgeline Farms is the motherfucking truth. Oh, I have said it to you guys, and I love when the shit becomes reality. I have told you we need to save Humboldt at all costs. I'm now changing it to the Emerald Triangle per Jason's request. But God fucking damn. This weed is space weed. That's what I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Breastfed buds? No, but the thing with it is, the breastfeeding doesn't have any detectable THC, right? So it's like, oh, there's the killer slogan out here for this that we are just not yet landed on, right? It's like, it's something where we're like, oh, God, there's just a fucking killer slogan we're missing on right now. Like, you know, like, oh, my baby's healthy, but mom's stoned. You know what I mean? Like, there's some kind of slogan right there that is cooking. Moms might not like that, though. Moms might be like, fool, don't put no stoner-ass label on me. You know? Oh, God. I have said it. I will go live in Humboldt. I think before time is done here, I'm going to go live my ass in Humboldt and just be. When's the last time you guys have smoked some Humboldt grown marijuana? Can I get that question out there to you guys? I'm just curious. Do you understand what I'm talking about? How many people understand what I'm talking about? Fucking Ronan. God damn. Ow. Let's see what we got. Oh, Japan is about to ban CBN. They don't want no one getting it. Oh, I never sent them the new one. My bad, Paul. Let's send him the fucking juggling. I'm over here juggling. Yeah, but you got to send him the new one, or he's not going to be able to join, Jay. There we go. There we go. There we go. No, Paul's jumping on right now. He just got the link. Host error. Host error. Here we go, though. We're about to have Mr. Paul. 22. Hey, but you know, Nut. Do you agree with me? Like, there's levels to this shit. Damn. There it is right now. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Right now, we've got Paul live on the wood. What is up?
Let's go, man. Shit.
Dude. Hi, man. Appreciate you popping in here, dog.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's long overdue.
It really is, dude, because, like, I obviously, view you as, like that, like, the level one, right? You stay level, I feel like, where we watch Adam hot taking, commenting out there, but you're always just like that cool, calm, and collected one, I feel like.
I appreciate you, man. I feel like on the internet, for sure, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe it's just the age thing. I don't know what it is. I just don't do the whole internet thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, you can ask Adam. I know he said it a million times, and he's not lying. Like, when we sit down and talk about situations that maybe Adam will go in on, my opinion's there. I just choose to not share it online. Like, if somebody wants to ask me personally in person, we can sit and talk about it. But I don't know. I just don't do the online.
No, and because of that, when you do speak, bro, I feel like it's like, oh shit, what Paul say right now?
Yeah, it holds a little more weight.
It does, dog. It does, man. It's tight, dude. And it's cool to be able to have you on now. To one, also, I've thanked you in person and whatnot, but to be on live and give you your flowers for allowing me to join what you guys are building with proper Doinks, and then you guys launched the PSN, and I pitched myself like I fucked with your guys' energy and what you were trying to do with this. And I just appreciate you giving me the pass to join with you guys.
Shit, bro. The honor is all Adam and I's. We knew you were going to do well, but fuck, bro. I don't think we really understood the gravity of how much this thing was going to take off, dude. The morning wood is absolutely crushing. I know we tell you that on a daily basis, but it's real. The guests that you have on, the conversations that are being had, it's dope, dude. It's dope for the industry. It's dope for the culture, dude. And I fuck with it heavy, dude.
Exactly, dog. I think that it's something that we just needed to be able to have a spot that we can chop it up with. And that's where I wanted to come in and say, yo, like, let's just have a watering hole, right? Somewhere we can get together in the morning, talk about what's going on, because I feel like what you guys do and what you've expanded on with this PSN is give a platform for the best, you know? And where I look at it, our national media covers the dumbest shit when it comes to
Right.
weed.
Yeah, they definitely do. You know, I appreciate all the kind words. You know, this is just Adam and I will probably say this till we're fucking blue in the face, but dude, we're just weed nerds at the end of the day. We're so fucking overly passionate about this that like I don't think either of us probably in the beginning could have told you where this was going to be like where it is now. But it's organically grown there. I couldn't be more happy for it, dude. And I think that it's dope that, like you said, it's a watering hole where the conversations are being had, whether it's on our show in the chat or whether it's with guests that you're bringing on or different flower that Malik's talking about on Midsbusters. It's bringing the conversation to light about smokability. And at the end of the day, that's all Adam and I have ever wanted. We want everything to be geared around that because that's what matters. Like you said, you know, the loud noises that mainstream cannabis media makes isn't about smokability. And at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're smoking this plant. We're all enjoying it. So let's focus on that.
Yeah, it's dope, man. And when you say you guys are weed nerds, I feel like man, over time, obviously, you know, I've known about you guys, but now working with you guys and being involved, seeing the scrutiny sometimes you guys get over things like this. And it's like, I just think that it's such a needed place for what you guys are providing because it is elevating cannabis. It's helping people who go in there and BOGO shop, you know,
Right.
have them be able to watch you guys and be able to articulate why someone is like the way you guys are when you are paying attention to nuances. And the only thing I compare it to is like there is upper echelon in every single industry. Why is it that people are so opposed to cannabis having that level, do you think?
I don't know, dude. In my personal opinion, and this doesn't go for everybody, so internet don't hate me, but in my personal opinion, there's a lot of people that don't want to see this shit progress. They're happy with where it's at. They got their little money that they're making off their brand. They don't want smokability to come to light because if it does, it pulls the fucking blanket over what they're doing. So I think a lot of people just don't like to see it because let's be honest, those are the people that aren't growing fire. Those are the people that aren't doing well. And when they come on the show, or even if they don't come on the show and they refuse to come on the show, there's a reason why. You know, I think Scott from Wizard Tree posted this a while back and it'll fucking resonate with me forever. He said, if you're walking around saying that you have the best weed on earth and you're not joining these competitions, you simply don't.
You simply don't.
Yeah,
I agree.
and it's just like a lot of the people that want to talk shit are the people that won't compete. And Adam and I are always questioning, well, why is that? Why won't they compete?
And I think when I've analyzed that question myself, I believe it's because they're protected when they don't, right? Like you've said, they don't want to be exposed to them not being able to be a side by side with people out there that are doing it like that on that level. And so they protect themselves by it. And I've been thinking about this even too with doing the show and all. People will post things on their Instagram and then I'll take what they post and just highlight it, bring it up, talk about it on a larger, but they'll get mad and they'll be like, oh, I didn't really want to talk about that in that level. And it's like, so you just wanted to talk to the motherfuckers that are following you? Like,
Right.
What kind of weirdo shit is that?
Yeah. And in any respect, in any industry, I mean, that is how you gain progression is by having those difficult conversations and sitting down with one another and trying to progress whatever it is that you're doing. I mean, they did it with wine. They did it with alcohol. They've done it with cigars and tobacco. I mean, there's different levels because people have, like I said, nerded out for a lack of, you know, better words on what it is that their passion is. Next thing you know, it starts hitting that next level, but there's always going to be those people that don't want to see it, you know?
Yeah, but it seems like you guys are really created this like movement first because there are a lot of people who do want it, who like, man, and we've spoken about this, just how much that you guys have influenced smokers out there across the nation. At my lounge in Arizona, I had so many people coming in preaching what you guys were out there putting together. You know, whether it was the grind test, whether it was, you know, the papers you were using and whatnot. So I think that, yes, you guys are, in a sense, going against the larger part of the grain, which is 90+% of cannabis consumers are BOGO shoppers. They're out there searching for what is fire in their budget and don't want to hear that what they have in their bag isn't comparable to what the best is, right? And so, yeah, they talk that shit, but fuck them, because I do think what you guys are doing is bringing more attention to the best, and I want to see that, right? I want to see the progression in cannabis. You're my age, bro. We had to smoke this shit in parking lots, tucked away in our cars, hiding, getting tickets for fucking pipes. No.
Oh, I got arrested at, what was it? I think I was like 13, smoking weed at the park.
Damn.
Out of a pipe. Not only that, dude, like, I mean, shit, you want to go back, because you're, like you said, we're around the same age. If you ain't never had to sit down and de-stem and de-fucking seed your weed, like, I mean,
you're so
you don't
fortunate.
know, you don't know the struggle.
You know what I'm saying? It's so fortunate. Oh my God. I think about that too, man. Like, I think our tickets for marijuana now are like collectible items, bro. I almost want to frame the fact that I've been arrested for legitimately a dirty marijuana handpipe. Spent the night in jail for a handpipe.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was a minor when that happened when I was 13. We got a little thing in the town that I grew up in called the Mayfair. It's the oldest fair in California. And so, you know, you go every year, and me and my friends had left and went to the park right outside the fair to go smoke and got rolled up on. But my parents are hippies. My parents smoke tree, you know, so
hell yeah.
My parents came and just got me from the police station. I was back at the fair like 2 hours later.
Hell yeah, that's love. Shout out to the moms and pops on that one right there. Like to see it. Like to see it, man.
Dude, I can remember the first time smoking green bud was from them. They had some shit that I got a hold of. I only had access to brown bud, but they had some shit in their room that I was like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck? So when that happened, was that the moment that you turned also? Like, you were like, oh shit, I want that green shit? Or were you still like, fuck, I'm de-seeding?
I obviously immediately knew the difference, knew it was better, knew that I wanted that as opposed to what I had access to at the time. I think, if I'm being honest, it took a couple of years after that until green bud actually like hit the scene for sale. My parents must have had some type of a plug. My parents are originally from the Bay Area, so they might have had some plug out in the Bay or something that was getting them green bud or whatnot.
Hell yeah.
So the only time for the first couple of years that I would get to smoke it is when I would get fortunate enough and find that bag, because it would smell so much you could literally follow your nose right to the fucking bag in the house. So yeah,
my man, that you got me curious now. So like, as hippies watching their son grow up to be now, you know, looked at as someone in cannabis nation's attention, bringing all of this awareness to quality, to fire. Do you have convos about, you know, cannabis with them, and what are those convos like?
Yeah, 100%. A lot of it is, and my parents are older people. My mom doesn't smoke anymore. My mom got diagnosed with cancer like 2.5 years ago. She beat it. She's good.
Hey, congrats, man.
Yeah, so she stayed away from smoking since then. She does eat edibles still, so she does still consume cannabis, but she just doesn't smoke it because it was a lung cancer that she had and it affected her lungs. My pops is a fucking smoker. What time is it? 10:40. He's probably smoked 3 times already this morning.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Pops is a smoker. And Pops will sit down and have conversations with me about shit and tell me about like older strains, and just, we talk about the progression of weed in general. Like, I'll give my dad new shit from, you know, Dave or Wizard or Stacks or some shit that I'll get that's some super crazy fire, and be like, here, you know, fire this up. And he'll smoke it and be like, geez, this is just fucking insane how good this weed is and how it tastes like this. You know, back when we used to get Thai stick and Colombian gold and, you know, all this other shit. And so, yeah, I'll sit and have some conversations with him and my uncles about shit like that.
How cool. Like, you, because we're in it, you know, we dive in it. We're hyper focused in on it, but you know, it's that consumer crowd, or the connoisseur, or not the connoisseur, my bad, the commercial crowd, in a sense, the ones that aren't, like, in a sense, maybe like Pops, right? When he's smoking that and he's like, oh my God. Like, so when we hear about people being like, oh man, 20 years ago, you know, the marijuana was so much better. It's just like, I just know it's just impossible.
Well, dude, not only was I there, but yeah, dude, through Pops, I mean, we could go back 40 years, we can go back 50 years, dude. Like, nah, cannabis is progressively getting better and better and better. And I'm not just talking about effects, I'm talking about flavor profiles. I'm talking about everything that they're doing with cannabis.
Yeah, I think that this conversation, it reminds me of the fact that yes, like I'm gonna burn this blunt right now, and it's gonna taste so fucking good all the way to the end. And I remember back in the day, you know, not having that type of you know, that energy. Maybe I did, but I don't know, man. But it's impossible to. I always feel bad for people who say they're not smoking something that's better than before, because I'm just like, fuck, bro. Like, can we get something in your hands? Because like this Ridgeline, and let's get into that. I mean, how awesome is it to be in position that growers all over the nation are like really trying to focus in so they can show you their marijuana?
It's the fucking coolest shit on earth. I wish there was more than 24 hours in a day, so Adam and I had more time to actually sit down and go through a lot of stuff. A lot of people want to give us stuff, but because of the show and the fact that we don't smoke prior to the show and a lot of other things, it makes it to where we can't get through a lot of the things that we wish we could. But yeah, dude, it's crazy, to be honest. It's crazy.
Right.
Going from a dude that used to you know, pitch in with all of his homies on a daily basis to try to get a dub sack so we could smoke, to now just having, you know, brands want to give it to you all the time is definitely a complete 180 turnaround for sure.
And it's cool how you guys did it because, you know, we've talked about the story, how you and Adam, you know, were homies, basically, you know, smoking, and you guys created this side-by-side judgment. And then it led into you being like, you know what, there's a lot of hype weed out there. Let's buy some and let's do Mids Busters. And so, you know, when you started doing Mids Busters, was there any concerns that you had, or was it all just like, nah, this is going to be the shit? And like you said, you didn't expect it to blow up. So like,
No.
you know.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think it was either of those. You know, it was a competition. I'm not going to name the competition, but a competition had gone down. We knew somebody that was in that competition, and we knew what batch he entered, and we knew how special it was. We were smoking on it, and it didn't even like hit the qualifiers. Like, it didn't make it anywhere.
Damn.
And then we saw what won, and we were like, let's go get that, put it up against this. It was Blueprint's Triple Indy, probably the best batch of Triple Indy that's ever been grown.
Okay.
And we were just like, let's go put it up against this. And so we did. And I think we approached it initially from a genuine spot of curiosity.
Okay.
We just wanted to know. We were like, what's better? Is it all this stuff that's winning these competitions, or is it stuff that like we know is fire? And then what about these other big brands that are like just crushing it across California? Let's go smoke their shit. Like, let's see how their shit's smoking. And I definitely don't think we thought that the scrutiny was going to be where it was. But dude, if you look at the competition from its inception to now, like, and I get we're not doing Mids Busters now. Malik is, shout out Malik.
Shout out Malik.
But I think when we started, even the brackets, there was a lot of, for lack of better words, boof. You know, there was a lot of shit that was either being entered or being purchased by Adam and I for Mids Busters that wasn't good. And so I think there was an initial conception of Adam and I that we just hate on people's weed. And it was like, if you know us, you know that we fucking hate that, dude. The worst thing on planet Earth for Adam and I is to crack a bag and smell it and be like, fuck, we got to do an episode on this. I hope it smokes. Because I don't want to sit here and be honest about this, but I'm going to be.
You had, in a sense, yeah, like that's where I think that you guys were built up, because people were out here experiencing what you guys just experienced, and like, yeah, there wasn't a voice for that really, right? It was kind of like, yeah, people would complain, but there wasn't what you guys have now built. You know, that was unique, and I think that's why it fucking took off.
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, I think it's just organic too. I think that's the main thing. Like you said, you know, this was, if you were to take all the cameras away, take everything away from the set, take away the chat, The conversations between Adam and I are exactly the same, and we're still sitting down side by side smoking. We've been
No
doing
shit.
it
You don't make him roll ever? I'd be like, bro, roll something, homie.
Before the show started, yes, we would roll Doinks each other. So like if we were putting Zope against RS and I had the Zope and he had the RS, I'd roll up the Zope, he'd roll up the RS. I think for continuity on the show,
nice.
We started doing it to where only one of us was rolling. But no, dude, Adam's got bars. Dude, he gaslights you guys on the show all the time. Nice. Oh, I can't roll. Like Adam's got bars. Don't let him fuck with you guys.
All right, maybe he should join in the Rollers League then, right? Since he can't be on the proper or not that he can't be, but you guys have put in the effort to make sure you take out any type of variable there. What's up, Adam? Why aren't you in the league out there?
I could speak for myself. I don't know about Adam. I'm not super confident rolling hash rolls. I mean, I'm sure I could be if I sat down and practiced it for a lengthy period of time like I did just with rolling Doinks. I've probably rolled 20 hash rolls in my life. They've all came out decent, but like to think that I could compete with the likes of Rafe rolls and Mike rolls and fucking Fat Andy and all these other rollers, I think would be pretty asinine and cocky of myself. Those guys got bars. There's something to be said about knowing how to place a worm, knowing how much rosin to use, knowing how to pressurize the doink when you're rolling it so you're not flattening out the rosin in the middle of it, knowing how to stuff it at the end so you're not mushrooming the rosin right when you hit it. There's something to be said about that art form. Like I said, I can do it. I just don't think I'm confident enough to do it like they can. Like I said, if I practice, sure. But no, shout out to those guys that are rollers, dude. They're in another league.
Yeah, it's been cool watching the whole Doink movement and jobs and careers and brands and all of that being created off this movement. I remember at the very beginning, I was a little suspect, right? I watched a close friend, in a sense, start a company out there, and I was like, damn, dog, like, is that something that's sustainable? And here we are 3 years later, and it's only gotten bigger. And so, yeah, shout out to you guys for taking that leap out there.
Yeah, right? I think it's the ability to create consistency in your rolls, and the ability to curate and pair is the thing that's going to hold people to the test of time when it comes to rollers. That's when, like, you look at people like Sturt all tied up. Some of these people that have been around for a longer period of time, they're known not for pumping out production. They're known for pumping out the craziest curated doinks and flavor profiles. And I think that's what creates sustainability for rollers. Fire. I think if you're just trying to pump out rolls, you may not get too far with it. You may get business here and there, but to be able to do what these guys are doing and sell the doinks at the prices that they are is because of their ability to curate and pair.
Fire. Nice. And I think that, again, that is another sign of, I feel like, the Proper Smoke League giving attention to those companies that might not. You guys have introduced a lot of companies that are collaborating together. I know you've talked about doing the tossed salad bracket, and now it's going to be an 8-person or 8-team competition that's coming up. And I believe you guys have even made some changes on that. Can you speak on what the solid tossing bracket is going to look like?
So it's still going to be the same. Unfortunately, it's a little bit, a lot of these brackets that Adam and I want to do, in theory would be dope, but logistically ends up being a nightmare because, it's hard to get 3 people together to figure out what they want to do. Plus all harvests have to be ready on the same time, and everybody has to have batches that are ready. So I think there's a lot that has to do with that with certain brackets. It's also hard for like strain specific brackets. Like we'll do a strain specific bracket and it's tough because it's like, what if everybody doesn't have Skittles ready right now? So I think Adam and I have discussed, we put it up on a poll on the chat yesterday about whether they wanted to see us run the smaller salad tossing bracket concurrent with a hash bracket, an amphibious bracket, because everybody has tote available.
Tote is crazy.
Yeah, or a rollers bracket. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, amphibious was the vote, took the majority vote. So Adam and I will discuss that a little bit further. But yeah, it looks like the salad tossing bracket's going to be a little bit smaller than we initially expected. But I still think it's going to be fucking fun.
Yeah, no, I love that you guys are popping those out there, keeping it interesting like that. And also bringing community together, bringing, people just to network and highlight each other. So that was dope. Now the amphibian one, obviously, you're seeing right now what this toad is doing. It is everywhere, man. Everyone's got themselves some toad. So it doesn't shock me that there's going to be a bracket now for toad. Do brackets like that excite you? Like, in the sense that you're about to smoke fucking 32 different toads then? You know what I mean? That's work.
When it's something I enjoy smoking, yes, and I do enjoy smoking toad when it's done right. So like when we have Skittles brackets, OG brackets, now a toad bracket, those are all things I enjoy smoking. So yeah, I'm definitely not mad at it. Especially because Adam and I discussed yesterday the possibility of running it completely blind since it's toad. So not knowing whose toad is whose.
Yes. I like that. I like that a lot. Because I've been one of the people that have pitched you guys to do it blind, and obviously having conversations with you, you've made me understand that you're gonna know who's who based on what you're smoking when it's like certain ones, right? But yes, with this one where it is all the same, I like that fucking energy, dude.
Yeah, that's what I was like. It's hard to run those blind brackets when it's a mixture of weeds, because like really, I'm gonna read a tail of a tape, not have a brand up there, but know it's an OG versus a Skittle, and I'm not gonna know which one is OG and which one is Skittle. Come on, let's keep it real. I don't want to sit there and lie, make it seem, I wonder what this is, come on, I know what it is.
Always keep 100.
Yeah, but it's way easier when it's the same strain, like you said, because then it's like, I don't know whose toad is who. I just know everybody in her toad.
That's cool, man. I like that. Looking forward to that one for sure. Seeing that, because we're seeing toad just blow up. Well, man, let's talk about the proper Doinks and the bracket. I feel like I need to dive into this, So you guys, are out there. There's obviously been, some talk about, you guys addressed it on last show, where people are saying that you might be swapping jars or you might be fixing things. I don't take that. I think that you guys are keeping it buck 100. But, is there anything that you guys have discussed to try to build more transparency in some way? But how do you feel about that chatter?
I'm a little bit different than Adam on this stance. Adam will want to have the conversations with everybody and like explain to them like why we would never do that and stuff like that. I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, if you really still think that about us, then maybe you shouldn't be watching. If that's really still the feelings that you have towards us and that's what you think we're doing, then possibly you're a hater, or possibly this just ain't the show for you. But at the end of the day, I know I can go to sleep good on my integrity and knowing what we do. I know that we've never switched to jar. There's nothing beneficial in it for us to do that. If anything, that is crushing to our business to do something like that.
Right.
In the instance where the gentleman said that he thought that we switched the jar, we actually had it recorded. So that's even the funnier shit, is that we had Dave take a camera outside and move him around, put him in blank jars, and bring him back and record the whole process of it, just in case.
Wow, smart.
And so I think in the future, if we're going to do something like that to get rid of bias, like if we are going to entertain the fact that people are going to think that it's bias, maybe we just have Dave go live real quick and Adam and I aren't on it. Or maybe we have Dave do something, on the camera, that way everybody else can see what he's doing, but Adam and I aren't present. And then we show up later and then we do our thing. I don't know logistically. I don't know
what you guys could do, dog. I mean, you guys are transparent as fuck. It's live every single time, right? It's like, so I think people are just, people are just going to hate so they get attention too, right? They understand that, like, Adam's going to hot take some shit. If you get him on the right angle on something, he's going to hot take. You're going to get some noise out of it. I mean, when you got people putting up $10,000, and I mean, like, that's fucking proof enough. Like, come on now.
Yeah, it's a big deal, dude. I mean, and Adam and I take that trust very seriously when it comes to shit like this. I was just talking with somebody yesterday, one of the competitors, about this, and they were talking about how nerve-wracking it was day of a match, when they know they have a match that day, when they wake up, how nerve-wracking it is for them. And I'm like, dude, you don't know how nerve-wracking it is for Adam.
Yeah.
Your guys' all of your money is on our opinions and decisions. And so that is a huge weight on Adam and I's shoulders. We don't take that lightly at all. When we come into work, a lot of the times we're like, fuck, dude, this is going to be a crazy one. Make sure you got your water, make sure you got this. Like, we're just hell bent on making sure that we're constantly making the right decision. And I believe we have every time.
That's tight, man. And props to you on that, Paul, because you guys have built something now, and so protect it. You know what I mean? Make sure that you put in that thought on ways. And I've seen you guys. One of the things that I respect too is that you really do involve the competitors on decision making. You know, you at least want that input, and I think that's important. I think that is what builds it and has built it, and showing trust. Because I think that the competitors are you see any other league, right? You see like where it's like the players and the owners of the league or whatnot, right? Like to sort of have that camaraderie out there. What's it like? $120,000. You're live on stage. Everyone's watching. That was the biggest competition in cannabis history. There's never been that type of grand prize in the history. You were running it up, man. What was it like throughout that process? Were you nervous rolling it up at all, or once you get in the realm, do you just kind of turn up?
It depends on environment. If you're talking about the one on stage at the event, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's nerve-wracking. When I'm out of my environment, so I don't think a lot of people understand this either. The climate control in which our studio is ideal for cannabis storage and for me rolling and everything. Like, the temperature's perfect in there. When you get into a building where there's a lot of people and there's more humidity and things like that, I'm such a small, nuanced guy that affects the paper feel to me. Just being in my place versus being somewhere else, the paper feels different. The paper's manipulated different.
Damn.
My hands may be sweating a little bit more because I may be a little bit more nervous. I don't have my fan set up that I'm used to normally. But no, man, we always make it work, dude, regardless. But yes, it's nerve-wracking as fuck. That $120,000 is the most nervous I've ever been live on stage, especially smoking with them side by side. I love that because, like you said, there is the bias, right? There is they just chose this because he's a homie or whatever. But when we have Dave and Chris on stage smoking with us, I love that because they're getting the same experience that we're getting at the same time.
Dave was pushing.
He was
pushing, bro. I was dying.
He was. I will tell you, like I said, and I think Adam said the same thing. If we're talking personal preference, I'm taking Chanel all day. Like if we're talking personal preference on flavor profile, that's the flavor profile I would prefer to smoke. That fucking Ball Family Farms dude was just smoking. I mean, it's undeniable.
Damn. Fine.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Shout out to the crew for winning that, man. Congratulations on being the open bracket champ out there, to the Ball family out there doing their thing for sure, man.
And he's one of those dudes that, like, I love that he won. I really do. I love that he won. He's one of those dudes that is exactly like Dave, in my opinion. Him and Dave remind me a lot of one another. A lot of people don't know this, but when Dave first started competing with Preferred, and I think he went like 1-4 or something like that, like 1 wins, 4 losses, like his first few times out. And Dave's the type of dude that is so fucking humble and chill that he's just like back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't try to blame it on anybody. He doesn't try to anything like that. No bias. Just, okay, what were you experiencing? And we'll tell him what we were experiencing that we liked or didn't like. And then he goes back to the drawing board. Ball Family Farms is the exact same way. Anytime Chris took a loss, he wasn't trying to talk shit. He wasn't trying to find an excuse as to why he lost. He just immediately went back to the drawing board with his team and started trying to figure out what the things were that we were looking for in smokability. And to me, it's like, those are the type of the people that you can tell are super passionate about what they do because they just want to get better constantly. You know, life is...
He wanted the challenges even. He was like, no, put me up against the best.
Yeah, he wants it all. But yeah, life is an eternal search for growth and knowledge. And I just feel like the people that are like that when it comes to their businesses and their cannabis, they're the ones that succeed.
Fire. And that's a fact. My man, what are you smoking on? Because you have a competition today and you guys take this, you're not even going to smoke until the competition, right?
Yes, that is correct. So I'm just chilling right now. Just got done doing a little bit of yard work. Got the little, let me see. Can we do that here? And can't flip the can. Oh yeah, you can. Got the little putting green over here. Hit a couple butts.
Getting the head right, making sure you're zen.
Yep, just chilling, man. Just chilling.
Nice, because I thought that was dope too, where you guys, when are at the proper Doinks, the High Rollers event, I was shocked, man. I was like, wait a minute. You guys aren't going to be. I thought for sure it's like, wait, you guys might want to knock this out early so you can kick it with everybody. You guys really put in a lot of work to make sure that you give it, your best foot forward on everything you're doing. So, just to make sure that you have a clean palate for this 420 when, yeah, man, someone put up $10,000 on the line. Like, there can't be any bullshit that goes on. So props.
Yeah, we can't be sitting and ruining our palate all day long and then trying to go in and figure out what something is when there's $10,000 on the line for each contestant. Like, no, we can't do that.
Yeah, no doubt.
So yeah, it's just trying, it's actually something that I'm used to now, but that's why I get so blasted on the show. That's why Adam and I get so high on the shows, because it's literally our first smoke of the day every time.
Now, you guys are now also looking at something that's been heavily discussed with the E-Rig battle, right? And while we were in Detroit, we saw there was a challenge put out there by Dr. Dabber, and they said they want to go head-to-head with fucking Puffco. So now you're doing side-by-sides with E-Rigs. Yeah, and I think that's dope, too. Shout out, I forget dude's name, and I apologize. I'm horrible with names. But yeah, the dude that is the owner of Dr. Dabber that we were speaking with in Detroit, once again, he's got that Dave and Chris energy that I love. That's just like, no, I want to put it up against everybody. I'm confident in my product, and I want to put it up against everybody. I want to see what's the best one. And like, I love that energy because that's Adam and I's energy. Like, we want to find out what's the best of everything constantly. Right.
And so, yeah, that's one that we're excited to dive into, especially because I own like almost every Puffco that's ever fucking been released. I'm a huge Puffco fucking fan.
Same here.
So yeah, so this is going to be interesting, but I will tell you the dabs that we took in Detroit that he gave us off that rig that he had were fucking fire.
That's going to be an interesting battle right there. Obviously, you guys have had Puffco support, right? The Puffco relationship is strong.
No, I don't think we've ever had anything like support wise with Puffco. We did go to PuffCon and went out there and fucked around. Their event is dope, and whatnot. And I've had all their stuff, but no, I've met Kevin a couple of times. Kevin from Puffco, shout out Kevin. But no, I've never met Roger, Chelsea, or anybody else on the team. I just literally cussed it out, man. When they first came out and started releasing them and then started releasing other colors, I'm a weird collector of things, Jason. Like, I collect all kinds of shit. So I have hella Puffcos. Like, I still have jars from Harborside from probably like 1999, 2000 of Grape Vape that I bought, shit, like empty jars. Like, yeah, I'm a
from
weirdo.
From the 1900s?
Bro. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. I collect shit.
No, I love it, man. I did too. I didn't as a shop owner, though. I had a little cheat code with it. But I remember the V1s, and what I really appreciated about the V1 version of the Puffco is you can change out to a quartz bowl. And that I thought, because to me, it's quartz. And so it always shocked me when Puffco just went away from quartz and they stuck with the ceramic. And so now here we are with Dr. Dabber. They've incorporated the quartz, and so, it's kind of interesting. You always hear people out there, like, I know and I'm sure you've heard it too, that like people would always be like, oh man, fuck a Puffco. It's like, it's the other ones, right? And like, I don't know, I just never felt like back in the day, like the original Switch was just too big. I was like, why the fuck? I don't want to carry around a briefcase, my dude. Damn.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
But over time, they've done some modifications to it now, obviously, because when I was at that Detroit event and they had that little handheld, I was like, oh, dog, I might fuck with this.
Yeah, the shit was sick. And I don't want to get too much into it now because I know we're going to probably save it for the episode. But some of the features that are on that Dr. Dabber, if Puffco's not already working on trying to do that, they need to jump on, because there's some features that they have on there that make it more like an actual dab.
Damn.
That is like, when he told me what he told me, I was just like, bro, are you serious? I was like, it can do that? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, all right. This is interesting now. We got to take a look at this.
Wow. Waiting for that. Do you guys have a date yet, or is it kind of just, kind of like a shock drop, 24-hour notice?
I think we're going to announce it probably either sometime this week or next week. We're going to do an evening episode. So it'll be a late night episode after one of the regular high rollers. We'll probably do it maybe at Adam's house, maybe at the studio. I don't know. But yeah, we're just going to sit down and go through some dabs and try some different things and compare them side by side.
Dope, man. That's a big one. I think the more you promote that, give people time to plan around tuning into that, just because of like my experience with talking to consumers out there about that topic. That's one of them topics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like a lot of motherfuckers are going to want to see which way that sways. You guys are doing some cool things, man. I know you got, you're a busy guy. I got a couple more for you if you got the time.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
My man. So you guys, we saw Oklahoma Outlaws pop out and drop off at the Zolympics. Their 3v3 that they're going up against Dank Mob. How dope is it now that it's like, fuck the 1v1, baby. What's your menu like?
And that shit is sick, dude, because we've talked about this before. Like, I'm not saying anybody can, but it's a lot easier to be like, okay, we had one strain bang out of this room. You know, one strain did really well. You know, that's really easy. Or maybe you got multiple rooms and it's like we have one strain that turned out really well out of all these plants. But to have 3 to 5 is like, okay, you're doing something different. Like your consistency level of being able to put out fire is different than most.
Levels. Right?
Yes, levels,
you're giving people opportunity to highlight the fact that no. We're loaded over here, baby. We didn't get lucky, or not to say lucky, or we didn't target this situation, so we have this banger. No. We're out here trying to produce a menu. And so that's exciting to see. Shout out to Dank Mob and Oklahoma Outlaws for, you know, I know that there's been chatter and whatnot. There's some that was talked about, but they put it out there. And now it's about to go down, man. So I'm excited to see that.
Oh, there we go. I was trying to set it up, but it ain't going to work.
Will there be any differences in that situation? Because obviously you guys, when you got to knock out like 3 or 4 competitions in a day, you take some time in between. So how do you foresee doing a 3v3?
I'm assuming the 3v3, we would just run it across 3 days. So it would be one strain versus one strain one day, one strain versus one strain the next day, and then one strain versus one strain the next day. Woo! And it would just be the winner, who 2 out of 3, you know, best winner out of 3.
Now, if you get to the second day and one of them gets 2 in a row, do you continue to that third day?
We do. And the only reason why is because it's a sanctioned match at that point. The second you sign on for 3v3, we need to now see what your record's going to look like. And it's not okay to just say, okay, well, you lost the first 2, so now you don't have to take that third loss. Or maybe you even win the third one, you know, and maybe that helps your record a little bit. So yeah, if it's sanctioned, then we got to make sure that we follow through with the whole thing. That way the records get impacted correctly.
I appreciate that too, man. I'm a big numbers guy. And the whole record book and like keeping tally and how you guys have really put, like, you know, obviously you guys are UFC fans. We hear you talk about that. We know it's wrestling, it's not boxing, and just how you've incorporated all of that into now the proper Doinks. Man, thank you, because it's dope to kind of see who collects these chips. Now you're passing out these 10+ win cards. You know what I mean?
Dude,
so dope.
Those cards are sick, dude. I've had a couple people that I think Mikey got his. Shout out Mikey, Mendo Mikey and them. I know Dave's got one and a few other people, but yeah, it's sick, dude, to have the fighter cards go out. Those things are dope.
Yeah, that is really tight. And I think that, you know, as it continues to grow, you know, you're going to have like, and what's nice is where, unlike UFC, you know, these prized fighters can only really compete for so long, whereas like on Cannabis, nah, bro, these motherfuckers is going to be growing for, you know, who knows where these records will get to and where this is all going to go. And it's just cool that you guys are like enjoying the process, you know, creating these new competitions and keeping it fun. When you look across the board at all of the competitions you do, you know, it's probably easy to say that the 10K, the high rollers bracket's your favorite, but is it different than that? Is there a different bracket that you look forward to, you know, when it pops up?
I like the high rollers bracket, obviously. I think the high rollers is definitely my favorite. And the only reason why I would say that is because it's the ability to put your money where your mouth is. It has nothing to do with, anything else other than these guys are so confident in what they're doing that they're willing to put 10K on the line each. Like, that's a huge thing. Like, I know a lot of people talk about the investment. Yeah, people talk about the investment of buying into a bracket, right? Like, oh, $710, and that's your investment, to getting in. And that's valid too. You're putting your money where your mouth is. But 10K, to throw 10K up and just be like, hey, I think I'm better than you. Like, that's the shit that excites me. That shit's fucking sick.
Dude.
Yeah.
Excites me. I'm like,
right?
Damn, bro, this is crazy, man. Yeah, you guys have created history with this, man. It's dope. Now, with your guys' competition too, with doing 1v1, watching other competitions go down, it is kind of interesting now where, you guys are giving people for $710, someone out there gets the opportunity to go side by side with like a Preferred Gardens or, a Ball Family Farms now. Like, that's invaluable in my opinion. And, have you, what has it been like, hearing from the growers? Because I know we've talked about in the past how, they've said that the proper doink effect is real, what has that process been like for you, offering that?
You mean like the featured duels or?
So like when you guys do a bracket and they enter into these brackets in the featured duels as well, like you're for $710, you're giving them the ability to go up against someone that is out there at the top of the game. And I don't think that there is that ability elsewise. We look at these other competitions. Sure, you can dive in and throw your hat in the box, but you don't really know what it compares to side by side because you only know of the few winners.
Yeah, that's actually the coolest shit, dude. So like, shout out Yacht Club. I know Woodwide was another one.
Yeah.
Brands that we had never heard of that just came out of nowhere and entered brackets and took out big dogs. And yeah, no, I love that shit, dude. I think that shit is amazing for people to get that platform to be able to go up against people like that and what it does for their brands. There's nothing better than that feeling that Adam and I get when they're like, yo, bro, I was sitting on hella weed and the episode went up and I won. And after I won the bracket, I can't even hold on to my weed now. Like, it's just gone. And it's like, dude, that's fucking dope that like your business is doing better because of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's sick. And to circle back at what you said earlier, just a second ago, with like the fighters having a time frame on how long they can fight. It's actually the opposite with us if you think about it.
Right.
Because growers only get better with time. Growers only get better the longer they do it. So yeah, dude, these numbers, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes and how big these numbers gets on wins.
Yeah, because you look at too, like, let's look at someone like Zach with Ball Family Farms, collaborations, and shout out to him, man, collaborating with a bunch of goats out there now, young, go-getter, right? Like, imagine what we're going to see from him in a decade.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. The potential for talent is endless.
Yeah, it's tight, man. And that's cool too. You guys are now, and I appreciate your time too, man. I've been wanting to pick your brain, bro.
No, you're good.
It's cool shit, man. Like, with you guys, you're now getting called upon to help with certain experiments, right? You had Athena come out to you guys and say, look, like your smokability situation, who and how did that come about where you're now working with Athena to really, find out what grow techniques play a part in smokability? And, how did that come about? And, or how does it feel to be doing that type of process?
Shout out Adam for linking that one. He definitely linked that whole thing. And it's just basically they have an R&D facility where they're already working on papering different things, trying different things in different stages of flower to see how it affects the plant. I think where the team up comes in is that obviously Adam and I are now kind of looked at for like smokability and like understanding smokability. And so So I think Athena wanted to link up with us as much as we wanted to link up with them. That way we can smoke these batches and see, okay, well, this room you tapered nitrogen, this room you didn't. This room you tapered this and you didn't. This room you did this with the lights and you didn't. And we can smoke them all side by side and say which one is better. And hopefully the theory is, after doing it enough times, we can come up with some sort of a recipe that is consistent enough to produce smokability.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. Like you were saying yesterday on the episode that you had yesterday, which was a fire episode, where cannabis is right now is just fucking the best place ever.
Right. And it's cool because you're not worried. Like, I think the reason that is because finally you have the freedom to do those type of experiments, have fun with it, be able to promote it loudly. And those type of experiments, like, yeah, like that's not something where we're going to find out in fucking 30 days what that answer is. No, that's going to take time.
Yeah, I mean, it could take a year or two, you know? Yeah, I mean, you're waiting for harvest, you're putting harvest out, you got to smoke those ones, and then you got to wait for the next R&D one. And yeah, and then then not only that, there's an endless amount of things to test. So it's like on top of all that, yeah, there's just so much.
There is, and that's what I appreciate, and that's what's, you're the right guys, man, because look, I remember when you started breaking down the grinders and stuff like that, and I was really blown away at the difference. I really was. I as a Neanderthal of smoking, and when you started breaking down all of the courses of grinding, I was like, motherfucker. So, and I promise, and I say this, anytime you send me anything, I promise to grind it, my dude.
I appreciate you, bro. No, the funny thing is I have friends, like, I usually don't grind weed. I don't like to, because it makes my fucking fingers all sticky. If I do it at home and I'm smoking by myself, I'll use a glove in order to do it. And I'll take it off, wait till my hands dry, and then I'll roll up. But like when I go over to my homies' houses and shit, they have Santa Cruz shredders. They have our shredders. And I'll be like, hey, can you break this down for me? And there's a few times I look at it and I'm like, it's a chunky grind, you know?
You guys do judge that shit, man. I was sitting at the Olympics with Adam, and he was just on my ass about my blunt, bro. I was like, I feel it, Doc. There is a difference, though, and yes, so I understand, and I just look at it like, yes, you guys are those that, you just understand what it is to have smokability, and why not always have that standard, and so respect to it, and I compare it to someone that, just eats really fine, or that eats like, the best. And I think that, it is perfectly acceptable, and I love it. And I do sometimes be eating me some bullshit. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I do every once in a while too. I shouldn't, but I do.
Well, my man, I appreciate that you popped on here and gave us an opportunity. I can ask you so many questions, and just appreciate.
Oh, I'm sure we're gonna have to do this again, bro. I'm sure I'll be on again soon, and we'll chop it up with different things. But yeah, man, thank you for having me on, bro. It's always a pleasure chopping it up with you, bro.
Definitely, and I look forward to today. We have a battle going down. It looks like it's Tenco and Bay Area Flavors. Woo.
Yep. Yeah, we got a former finalist in Bay Area Flavors for the High Rollers, and the first High Rollers against Preferred in the finals, and ended up losing versus Tenco, and everybody knows Tenco. So, yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one.
Yes. All right, man. Well, we'll see you at 420. Paul, proper Doinks, the GOAT.
Appreciate you, guys.
Appreciate you.
All right, peace.
Right there, popped in for us, topped it up with us. Yeah, I've been wanting to do that. I've been wanting to have that combo with Paul, because I don't know, like I said, like he's always that one that's very selective, and I don't feel like there's been a lot of times where you've gotten a full hour of just talking to Paul, hearing what Paul's got to say out there. Love it. Marijuana. Did I fuck up, though, and not hit you guys? I did, and I already know I did. I'm saying that knowing damn well that I did that. My bad. Fuck. Giant bucket. He's like, look, I gotta move around. I gotta shake and bake. We saw him in the room. We saw him outside. We saw him moving around. You know what I mean? He was doing his thing. It is a Tuesday mid-morning in sunny California, right? Man's living. No, I do think that it's a cool combo between those guys. I think they're doing their thing. Marijuana, let's go ahead and go over to the tapes, though, right? We've got a competition going down today. We just referenced it. Tenco facing Bay Area Flavors. Going down today at 4:20, right? Yeah, we would have saw. We talked about it. He would have said, like, no, he would have been at the studio. What up, Mario? Am I getting the thumbs up? I do. I appreciate that, Mongolian, because I do notice if I don't, it's one, disrespectful. And then two, I rewatched a little bit of yesterday's episode. Shout out to Matthew Gates. I took some notes for myself. There was a couple points where I was like, oh, I needed to hit that. Why did you hit that? Because he brought up a whole different fucking pesticide, the one that he was talking about, like you just can't have cats and use it at your house. I didn't dive into that at all. Fucking fail. Where's the fail sign? Oh, bunch of bull. Look at that. Building out there. Oh, thumbs up for sure. There we go. I'm doing my thing. All right, well, I've got a little bit of this blunt. And shout out to motherfucking Ridgeline for this blunt. Oh! It's fire, my dude. It's fire. You already knew that, though. You already knew. Do we have more than 28 in the grow along? Okay, so this is the statistics that Boston Clone Co. sent me. He's gotten 35 or more emails, but only 20 of yous have gone through with the PayPal. So 20 of us so far in. Oh, grower number 16 in the motherfucking chat. Let's go. Hell yeah. So we're saying cutoff is next Wednesday. That's the cutoff. Don't be out there in like 2 weeks talking about Jason said I can get a fucking clone, bro. He said that shit. I know how this works. I've been through this with other types of competitions. So let me start saying this now. The deadline is Wednesday or when we hit capacity, right? One of those two. No matter what. Because motherfuckers, I already know I'm saying this, and I still know that there's people going to reach out to Boston Clone Co. in a month, in like 3 months, and be like, yo, man, SirHIGH told me that I could just hit you, and then you would give me like 7 clones or some shit. He said I can pick them. He said you pay shipping. Also, you give me a discount code on nutrients. He said it all. Just wanted to see what the code was. No. I actually shouldn't even joke like that. Let me light this weed. Marijuana to you. I shouldn't even joke like that because now I really did. Number 7 in the fucking building. Yes. Hey, thank you, XP. Appreciate you. Wow, Lynx, that's tight. So you were a previous Boston Clone Co. supporter. You actually were familiar with Boston Clone Co. Damn, that's fire. Mr. Tasteman, I tried emailing you and sending you a DM on IG with no response? Bullocks. What IG? What IG did you send to me? We'll do this shit live. We're going to knock out everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Oh, shit. There's a little battle going on IG right now. Between STEMinist theory and Shadowhand. They're fucking going back and forth. I saw I had 57 comments. I said, oh, we got a good clip. 55 of them are those two. Anyways, though, which one did you send it to? Where you at? Who said that too, awesome guy? No. What IG did you send me? I have a lot of Instagrams. There's nothing I can do about that. It's shit you need. You got a lot of shit I'm working on, a lot of goals out there. I'm like, well, let's get an IG for it, right? Like, I don't know. It's just what you do and shit. So I'm ready, though. I got them out. I got them all out, man. I got them fucking ready. You tell me. Rolling up a blunt. Roll up a blunt, dude. There you go. Shout out to my motherfucking blunt smokers out there.
You sure about that?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
You sure about that?
Abso-fucking-lutely. We have a place in this bitch. All right, nice. Oh, bro, they fucking hid you. Ask who is the creator of Toad Venom. That's not you. When'd you send it? I didn't get it. Damn, dude. IG did you dirty. Oh, unless you are hash consumer. You definitely got hoed. Hold on. I got you now. Hold on. All right, we got that motherfucker on copy and paste. Boom. So if that's not you, that person's happy. Bam. You just saved one person, right? You just helped someone out today. If that wasn't you, you just hooked someone up. Where you at, though? Is that you? Let me see if I cruise down and see anyone else. Slump! Oh, man. Slump lost his fucking IG. DGR. Shout out to you, my dude. Thank you. I am. Appreciate you. All right, cool. Yeah! You in. Send that email. Now, when I say that, I do want to say too, shout out to all the participation that we're seeing. Thank you. Remember, I told him, I was like, I think we'll have like 12 people. I gotta figure out, I gotta remember what network I'm on in this bitch. Time out. Hello. Let's not encourage the state of mass. XP, well, are you waiting on it? Are you waiting as well? Send me another one right now. Because that one is crazy. Those DMs are ridiculous. Let me scroll down, unless it was recently. Oh, no, I see you right here. You haven't got it yet? Boom. In your DM. In your motherfucking DM. Let's hit the capacity, man. Let's have a bunch of motherfuckers out there on this grow along. So maybe, you know, I was about to say I ain't the worst and shit like that. Oh, shit. You guys are going to be clowning. Every day I'm showing my plant, though. Every day I'm showing my plant. Nice. Appreciate you, XP. Oh, about the fan. That's right. Okay, link up at the lounge today. You have to be in Arizona, right? Because you asked how much it would cost. I'm like, wait a minute. He needs me to ship it? Because then if you need to ship it, bro, they're cheap on Amazon. I would just have it. But shout out to Grub and Ganja, right? You're in Arizona. Damn, Skunky. Props. Some of the best dogs I ever had were mutts that when I grew up with. We lived out in Eloy. Whoa. Right? And we had just a fucking pack of motherfucking mutts to protect the land. When I say a pack, I'm talking like at times, because there's coyotes, we'd have like anywhere from like 6 to like 18, depending on the era. Coyotes are real though, but when it's a pack like that, they don't always win. They don't always win. Couldn't have cats. Cocoa with drip. Hydro? Oh, you know what I'm doing. Oh, that's the heavy one. I picked the heaviest goddamn. One of these is light. There we go. I got this one right here, baby. That's how this all kind of kicked off, because HGV sponsored the Morning Wood. So shout out to them. Matter of fact, I got a care package I need to open up. I'm going to open that up tomorrow. I wanted to open it up in a sense, like I'm about to dive into these motherfuckers right here, right? I'm about to grow my weed with HGV. That means something to me. So, but they supported me. So I'm like, let's fucking go, right? Teamwork made the dream work. People and some fire companies out there using fucking HGV. So 3 lines made it simple for me. All I got to do is says, fill this up to the label and start cooking. So, okay. Hell yeah. Any HGV users out there now? Users sounds crazy. I'm high. Shout out to Ridgeline. This motherfucking blueberry caviar dummy. Let me bust out my my weed cam, which I'll upgrade at some point before I get out of here. Follow the chart and water till runoff, and you'll be flying. Okay. But do I flush though? Do I flush though? I'm a flush. I'm a flush, man. Look, I'm a flush because there was a time where I looked at the studies and looked with my own visualers that when you flush, that it either A, doesn't make a difference, or it could even take some terp, right? That's the study that I saw, and I'm like, what? I'm a terp chasing motherfucker. Even though now, goddamn, Pico got me in my head about the terps, and then now I'm just, it's the sign if you, all these things. Anyways. Lost where I was fucking going. Oh, flushing. My bad. Yeah, I did it once. Not flush. And I don't know if it was a placebo, but in my head, I was like, it tastes harsher. Yeah, I feel like I could taste the chemical. Ah, fuck. Taper it? Taper squat? I think what I need to do is go with whatever regimen that HGV is telling me to do, and then go from there. Because I think it's smart. That's like, you know, when I use the brand that I was using that no longer fucking exists. Damn, that's not even a good sign. I feel like dumb for saying it. I went with everyone, and like they went out of business. So fuck. Who do you trust? I love this shit. That's what I was gonna ask. Fuck, I meant to ask that with Paul. I was like, yo, do you feel like fire weed has been grown every way possible, or is there like one that shines above the rest? I think that's gonna be dope to have Jordan have a show on PSN. Shout out to Jordan. Fucking goat. All right, people get mad when I toss around goat. I don't know, man. Whatever, dude. Say what I want. All right, reefer cam. Look at it. Look at it. Stupid. This is bag. This is in the bag, player. What? What? Yes. This is the fucking fire ass strain, man. Start asking that in interviews. Almost everyone gonna say not flush? No shit. You think so? I'll ask. Damn, that made me think we could do that kind of shit. I could ask like my next 10 interviews, and we could be like, based on poll, 70% out there on TMW guess. But we could. I joke, but you know how you used to hear those like on commercials? They'd be like, 9 out of 10 dentists. Well, we'll be like, 9 out of 10 goats suggest not flushing. Right? We're going to have to fuck around and find out. Look at it. Look at it. Let me get you guys out the way real quick. And let me just fully embrace this for you guys. Look at it. You guys want even bigger? Huh? Huh? Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go all the way with it. Let's go all the way with it. Hold on. I'll fix that. Make it look dope. Bam. Right there. Ridge line. Oh, shit. I'm about to drop it. Ridge line. Shout out to you. Damn, dude. Matter of fact, let me just do an interview, a quick interview with this reefer. Oh, I can't. Damn. I want to, though. How do I do it? All right, I'm high. Let me get the fuck out of here. My bad. Good times. Good times. You could also use the Discord or IG to chat to figure out when's the next question. Oh, marijuana. Thank you for saying that. I kind of, okay, so you think the email's too much? Let's take a vote. Email or Discord? When I'm doing the interview, we talked about this last time. We need to implement it. When I'm doing the interview and you've got a question, I'm saying to email it to me at tmw@propersmokenetwork.com. And at the end of every interview, I will go and check either the Discord or the email for questions that you guys have that you feel that I'm missing on. But vote. Do you think it should be the email or a Discord? It's got to be one of them. I'm not popping out here. I could, but come on. Discord. Hey, appreciate that. Likewise, have a great day, Mario. Appreciate you popping in. Marijuana to you. It is still the beginning of the week. Have a fresh one. You know, we're rolling into it now. You've got the rhythm going. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Ray said, I'm not in the grow along. Discord lets everyone see everything. Email does not make sense, but unless it's on screen. No. This is just for me. Like, let's say, like, I'm interviewing, like, Paul right now, right? Like, boop, I'm asking him questions. Instead of me being like, all right, chat. All right, my yokes. Do you got any questions? I'm going to fucking play these questions in. I'm going to be like, oh, yeah. So, Paul, like, what are you fucking smoking over there, big guy? Right? And then while he's answering that, I'm going to be pulling up the motherfucking questions that you guys emailed me. Super pro. And then once he's done being like, yeah, man, I'm smoking nothing, motherfucker. You know I don't smoke shit. Why you got to rub it in? I could be like, I know, big dog. I'm kidding. We got a question over here from fucking Rafe who wants to know, right? You see how pro that shit would be? Come on now. Teamwork made the dream work. We are going to level this shit the fuck up. So Discord, that's where it's at. All right. Who knows? Let me put you guys to the test then, right? I'm doing an interview right now. I'm cooking. Oh, shit. Someone pops in. What's the Discord? I like that. Thanks for being crickets on it, though. You guys won't be able to give the Discord for me? Who's going to be the Discord? Maybe I should do a fucking, a command. It just get them the link. Anywhere? Yeah, you got to tell them. You guys got to be able to walk them through it. I do want to say this though too. Yesterday I asked a question that when I at the end of every day I kind of analyze the day type shit, and I can't help it. One of the things that I realized, and I think that I won't ask again, is the edible question. I think that was super insensitive with everything, and I fucking was just very much so upset with myself. I was like, what the fuck are you asking that question right now? And so, yeah, just want to let you guys know, we'll not be asking that question again. I know you guys will understand that I was asking it in a sense of like, you know, like getting eaten by an animal. But the way that was received, ooh, that shit made me feel fucking just not it. So, yeah, for real though. I analyzed that shit though. I was like, oh shit. So I wanted to put that out there so that way it's known. So, that, whatever. I think I still want to know the science. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Low key, I do want to smoke a blunt with you guys. I do. If for some reason I feel like blowing another blunt, I don't know. I was planning on doing something right after. Now I'm not gonna be able to do it. So I feel like fuck it. Yeah, I won't be asking that one. I appreciate you, XP. Really? Damn. I would love to have that conversation off of this so I can understand that, because I definitely don't want to come across as that ever. So shout out to me on one of my Instagrams on a DM so you can break that down for me so I can understand. Appreciate you bringing that up. Fuck doing stuff. No, I got to be at the lounge at 1 o'clock. But I was planning on popping up at all the flower shops and checking on smackers, but I can't hit every single location now. So I only have 3, so it makes it really easy. I just bing, bing, bing. But smoke another. I kind of want to smoke something out the box. Right? I smoked both. I smoked that Lance last night. Oh my God, I just got tracking. Tracking is going out. Number 2 grower for the Boston Clone Co. Morningwood Grow Along. I've got tracking. Oh shit.
I'm a back.
I'm a fucking star of that, man. I need to be there. I need to be sitting at my door when this bitch arrives because she gonna be upset. Okay, I need to go get some supplies too. I need to get some supplies. I need to clean that motherfucking tent. Yes, it's going down. Boxing the whip, low key Asana. I mean, we're gonna have a great day regardless, right? You know, that would be wild if someone could like dictate your day on a comment like that. we gotta talk about that. All right, I'm gonna smoke some of this motherfucking Tenco box. Shout out to him. I met Stacks. This claim to fame that I have for the next fucking foreseeable future. I don't know how long I'm gonna flex that, but probably a long time. So deal with that one. Fucking, I seen his face. Fuck. Nice. I was like doing the walk around with proper doings and shit like that. I had to hide the camera and shit like that. Hide the camera, man. You all know what do you guys think about the live walk around, like live sessions so far? 70%? Ooh. Damn. Look at that. Will you look at it? You're right. Have a nice day is never used to say goodbye. How could we all have been mistaken? What's going on, guys? Let's look at some weed. Let's look at some weed. Where the fuck is the Kush cam? Oh, there it is. Boom. The whole fucking thing. Now this one right here is going to be T-bone, right? You're looking at a fucking T-bone. And I'm a steak-loving motherfucker, too, so I'm diving into the T-bone. Oh, wait. There's two in here that I haven't smoked. So I'm going to see which two I haven't smoked yet. Fuck this camera, dude. This camera hates me. Fucking camera. Off that Tinko. What up, Joe? Appreciate you, my dude. Hey, I appreciate you when you guys drop the eggs in the chat. Y'all make a motherfucker feel like a rock star when I pop into proper doinks and everyone's all fucking eggs in the chat and shit like that, dude. Like, it's like a thing, man. Like, and you know why that shit came out? It's because I got the egg-shaped head. So it's authentic, bro. We can own that. It's no big deal. Like, I've got to own it more than anything. I got to be the one to be like, yeah, I got the way my head shape and shit. The homie made fun of me one day and then he made fun of me for months. So we stuck with it. Okay, so that was the one. So we smoked that one and the fish bone. So really, I just smoked the squid? Or am I tripping right now? Damn. I might be tripping. I think I smoked the T-bone and the squid. Yeah, I haven't smoked the black sushi. Let's go. All right, so this is the black sushi right here. Let's go. Ooh, ooh. Which one would you go with? Which one would you roll up? Choose my blunt. Choose my blunt. Either the T-bone or the black sushi. The first 3 votes. And that's what I'm saying, dog. That's what I'm saying, Joe. I appreciate that energy, man. Chat beef. Blicky was cooking me yesterday. And Blicky, you're right. On, yeah. I mean, sometimes I'm going to be a Neanderthal with some shit. That's real shit. But I think that a lot of me will see so much consumer feedback on shit and not a lot of detail on it, right? Like, motherfuckers will see like, oh my God, like I saw like a lot of complaints about, you know, masks and stuff like that when they had to wear them. And I was just like, I don't know. So it just made me ask. Okay, you guys voted like a motherfucker. Black Zushi, T-Bone. You guys T-boned it out. T-Bone came in like a fucking... Came in like a brain. I don't know what the song is, but... Let's roll blunt. I just wanted to smoke a blunt with you guys, man. Good energy. I know we're in hour 2 right now. This is a little bit more of an episode than intended, but fuck with me. You know I got it. Let's smoke. Who's rolling up with me, though? Who's rolling one up with me? Let me know. T-Bone. T-Bone, man. Y'all, did you see what went down? I think T-Bone might even took the votes. Let's see how many for each. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 compared to 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Y'all were quick to T-Bone, man. Oh, nice. Mario rolling one with me. Who else is rolling one with me? Get stoned with me, guys. Do you normally like get stoned while I'm bullshitting on here? Do you guys like I feel like you guys are, it's hard to gauge. I would imagine flower smokers. I would think a majority of people tuning in are flower smokers, but like, and I'm talking about your go-to. Where are you at with it? The box went for 600, Stu. 600, bro. He gave me one. I said, damn. I didn't know how much they were, but I knew that he could fetch. You know what I mean? Like, you could do some math. I mean, I know what, you know. I've been a Tenko supporter. I have been a supporter, though. I will say that like, yeah, fortunate, very fortunate to get kicked down. But there's been times where I have fucking spent, we don't even need to talk about it. Shout out to all of the, you know, because in Arizona, we always have the homies, my homies, would go out there, swoop up dope shit, and bring it on back. And I was that motherfucker. Like, yes, basically give me one of each. Right? And it's been cool because I've been able to dive back in that here and there. Kids is different. Kids come first. They sometimes need some shit. The way my bank account's set up, god damn it. Okay, 95% hash. Awesome guy says. XP taking a tiny bull hit. Can't be tweaking out today. Why? What's going on? Again, you're in, I don't know if I caught that. You're in Arizona, right? We're meeting, I'm going to drop off the fan to High Maintenance Smoke Shop. Nutmeg, I can't smoke too early in the week. We are having an inspection. Damn. No shit. Like, you don't want to be even stoned days before an inspection. That's some shit. Tastemaker, 50-50, flower and rosin. Okay. I've been getting more into rosin because it's really, if I want to get fucking stoned, I'm fucking checked out. Like, otherwise, if I'm smoking flower, business, you know, or entertaining, right? Having a good time like that. But like, if I wanted, like, if I took some dabs with you guys here, I'll do it on one of these episodes. You see, like, instantly a significant difference in me. My stuttering fucking pops off, bro. That shit becomes the star of the show. And then I can't even it's all bad. And then in like a fucking hour, max, night. No matter the time. I could wake up from fucking sleeping a solid 8 hours, maybe even 10. Wake up, take a couple dabs, 2-3 dabs in a row, night. And I think that's wild. I think that's wild. So kind of just, now I just save it for, all right, Jay, calm down. Let's make sure we're not doing that. You know what I mean? That's not a good look. Like, I like getting stoned and socializing. It was just reminding me a little of some crazy shit. Otherwise. What up, Pen? Oh, my man. Oh, you're in Virginia? Okay, I think it might. I'm gonna send a picture of this clip fan that I have. It's not anything crazy. So I may have like gaslight this clip fan that I have. It's like just this little like 5-inch little clip fan. And you can go on Amazon and get that shit probably cheaper than it would take for me to ship it. That's where I got it. I mean, but we can do whatever. If you want to pay shipping because it's cheaper. Like, I got a bunch, too. So it's like if you need more than one or something. Yeah, shout out to Dank Mob making a morning wood leaf. Got a chance to chop it up with them over at Zolympics. Love the energy. They're excited to do it. It was also some real shit too, where it's like, yo, like, how many should we order? And it's like, I'm a businessman, so it's like, fuck, that's a real ass question. How many should we put together? Like, you know, like, I don't know what, like, I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't know how many motherfuckers would buy the leaves that I like. These big ass leaves. I'm telling that, I think there's a demand. There's not that many on the market, though. Fucking Jason, man. Always got to go against the grain. Got to do something a little different. Why not just blend in with the fucking rest of the rap world? Got to be longer. Got to have the stems in the middle. Fuck, bro. Always got to be extra with shit. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many we're going to make, but I feel like it should be limited. Because I don't want to be like fucking sitting on... I'll smoke them all. Like, there won't be wasted product, you know what I'm saying? Because just send them to me. And I'll fucking just... I mean, that's probably the best price I'll ever pay for fucking a leaf. You know what I mean? Straight custom leaf? Like, what the fuck, dude? Pinky ring up. Ba-do-do-do. Who's rolling with me? Blicky, you in this motherfucker right now? I got time for you today. You be going at me like mid-interview. Mid-interview. What is that? Who does that? Mid-interview. You fucking suck. I'd be riding a high horse and being like, all right, man, I'm doing my best out here. Blicky come in and just be like, you fucking dumbass. You gotta have people like Blicky though, man. You gotta do it. You gotta have them. Taking bong rips. Nice. Out of what? Delivery cannot be completed. Verify your address from fucking some Europe number. Yeah. Scammer. Let's see what we got over here. Comment wise. I need a light color version. Oh, colored blunt? No, because that's just gonna be adding like chemicals and shit. I want like just the leaf. Just give me, because I want to taste what I'm smoking. There's some of us out there like that. And I wonder, damn, Jay, you leaving money on the table, not doing flavored, right? Spray terps. I think we got the plug. I bet you I can hit Adam and be like, yo, dog, hit up Josh. Give me some of them spray terps he be selling. Let's do a collabo, right? Like if it was just all about like maximizing the connections and shit like that. But I don't want to, I want to actually enjoy the shit I put out, right? I want to be the number one motherfucker that loves the shit. No one can outlove me on the shit I put out, right? Like that just seems to me to be like the way to be. You shouldn't be a bigger fan of my shit. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, we need smackers. G-Funk tape from the TMW sesh. Yeah, you've been liking these old school tracks I've been playing. I realized that YouTube doesn't fuck with the old music. Like if I was to play something today that's popping, like a fucking Schoolboy Q, that's funny. Not to say he's popping today, but in that era, right? Whatever. Anyways, Schoolboy Q, if you watch past episodes, it reads out the Schoolboy Q song. So I either can play Arizona music, or I found now that I can play some old school shit. And I'm down for the old school. I feel like, if I play old school shit, that's going to give you, in a sense, a little piece of me. I grew up on motherfucking 90s hip hop. That's where it fucking started me. Like this, that, and this, and like when that kid did that shit in the video, locked in, bro. I don't know what it was about that little kid in that video, but when he did that right at the point, I was like, damn, that kid's cooler than me. I said, let's go. XP, I'm throwing my hat in the ring. All I play is old school anyway. There we go. One day, you never know where we can take this. One day, maybe we have a DJ, right? He's in the background like fucking playing the instrumentals and shit like that. I'll be like, real quick, we gonna play a break. And then he comes in with like, and plays like some dope shit. We're probably never gonna do that. I'm just saying. Let's smoke some weed. I'm stoned. Are you stoned? What up, Ronan? All right, and I'm gonna light this, and we're gonna check the clip from earlier, and we're gonna see what all the tussling is about. We're gonna see what the back and forth tussle is all about. Oh my God. My bad, dog. I got all caught up. My bad.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you've got no lights, the check is in the mail.
Get your money!
And your little angel hung the cat up by its tail. And your third fiance didn't show.
What? Let's go!
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Rafe, Ronan, Mario,
They're always glad you came.
X of P, Nutmeg.
Be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where
Everybody knows your strain. You're damn right. I gotta send that shit off. I'm gonna send that off today, okay? I promise. All right. Let's go over here to Instagram and see what the fuck is going on the morningwood.psn, by the way. All right. If you don't follow us on Instagram, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. All right. I thought we were doing this together. If I can get half your comments on these goddamn clips, you know what we would do together? Whoo. To the moon. I'll throw some sessions, right? How about that, too? Any energy that we build together, we split the profits, baby. We throw down on a sesh. I don't know how we do it. We'll figure it out.
And we're like, man, fuck the pillars, bro. I got Skittles crossed in 5 times over, and we hit it to fucking lemon tree.
Skittles
and then we're gonna do that
hoed.
again. It's mad work out here. That's what Toad Venom did do. You know, they got off the beaten path of what everyone's used to right now, and they hit you with the cinnamon cookie. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they kind of stirred left,
different.
and it was still feasible. But yeah, the game lacks variety. And you guys were talking about honey banana last year. Bro, we've been smoking honey banana since I think Real Food's been smoking honeybee since like 2014, 2016. I've been smoking it since 2018, dog.
The fucking 2018, dog. I fucking love that shit, man. Shout out to our dude, Masonic, for popping in here. Let's see what comments, though, did this clip stir up, man. Because when I check shit right now. Oh, shout out to Zach. Don't worry, Unc. I'm changing that by the day. Like, I was smoking honeybee and strawberry in 2014. Shout out to Ja. All right, well, there's one comment that is gotten fucking some goddamn opinions. Let me see where it's at. 35. Okay, so Stemis Theory pops out here and says, you know what? This ain't it. Fuck that comment. Fuck this clip. Fuck your life. And let's see what that brother. Shadowhand. Oh, so she's a Steminist Theory. So Steminist Theory is constantly attacking Masonic. Oh. So it was more of a Masonic thing. First off, and Steminist is out here saying, nah, I don't even see all these shit. Oh shit. Let me see if I caught any strays in here real quick. Everyone's like, yeah, fuck the host. I'm like, oh, what'd I do? Sometimes I get that kind of shit. People like, fuck the host. Like, this host don't know shit. God damn. Fuck, dude, you don't even know me. We could be friends and shit, dude. I probably got good weed. You got good weed. I know I got good weed, dude. You got good weed? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Right? All right, those two literally going back and forth. I'm going to dive into that a little bit later. I'm not going to lie. I will not lie. I will read every word of that battle at some point, but not with you guys right here. Right here, let's enjoy this blunt. And let's spread kumbaya. What'd you think about that, Mario? Because I've done that in the past also. Interesting. I've done that in the past also, where I have grabbed a fancy cigar thinking that I'm that dude, you know? Not it. I feel like in my experience, not it. I was like, all right, just give me the goddamn swisher. Break that bitch down the middle. So, Scrap, let me ask you a question. Do you think, I like a good punch. Do you think the accessibility to the best cannabis in the world is like readily accessible, right? We saw like the Green Door. There's other apps out, or not apps, but websites that'll send it to your door now. Do you think that a person out there, there's not as many excuses in a sense, because you can even, I'm gonna say this, when you and you can argue till your face is blue, but when Preferred Gardens wins 120,000 doll hairs one round, and then prior to that won 60,000 doll hairs. I mean, fuck. You're choosing, and it could be for financial reasons, and we're not knocking that because I think that's real shit. It's a hard time out there. But I even looking in Arizona, our market, through the rec world, you can find some fucking smackers. Plug. So I believe a little bit of it is you're purposely just want some attention. Mario, your sister sounds like a vibe. I'm just saying, have you shown her the morning wood? Let's make this a family ordeal, baby. On my other podcast, High in Arizona, I got a son and his mom. That's just funny. It's a family affair in this motherfucker, dog. Come on. Blicky. The only one's concerned with booth or who is or isn't smoking booth is the connoisseur community. Most smoking booth are totally fine with it and definitely are mad at life over it, entitled. Okay, cool. Nice. How you doing, Blick? You were cooking me yesterday. Now, I understand, right? You're like, this dumb motherfucker, like with the mask question. But I feel like, yeah, dog. I feel like a lot of people might misinterpret it. So I asked the question. Now, with today, definitely, I don't think it's a concern. Like, I'm not concerned for people who are smoking. I don't think that, like, I'm indifferent, right? It is what it is. But I think having the topic and having the discussion is very comparable to having discussions like when motherfuckers sit around and talk about sports that's fixed. I'm like, y'all are wasting time. Entertainment, like the whole WWE shit. Wow, really? Like, I see people really getting into it. And I'm just like, that's crazy. I like these discussions because this is real shit, man. We are seeing a complete movement with marijuana. You know where I kind of compare it to a little bit, and I don't know, and I meant to bring this up with Paul, but like, you know, Blicky, you are, you know, someone like probably like myself, maybe in a sense of we wouldn't go to a restaurant that serves you on a plate that has this as the course size, right? Like, that's what I wouldn't even think I would like what they put on this bitch because it looks crazy. Like, I've seen people do like edible dinners and like they've gone so fancy like that. And it's like, damn, where's the fucking like cheeseburger. But I don't say to myself, that shouldn't exist, right? I don't think to myself, oh, they think whatever. I think that they are just, that is just what it is. That's what they are into. It's a choice. Like I'm looking for a word for it, right? But I feel like that is where I'm looking at it now, because they'll even say that they're not looking for effect when they're doing with smokability. You know, Adam's come out and said, if you're out there smoking to get like stoned, like obnoxiously, like if you're doing like these, like, you know, how I interpreted it was like, if you're just out there just to like focused on getting as stoned as possible, he feels like that's like Neanderthal. And so if you kind of look at the two comparisons in a sense, like, yeah, I'm sure people that go in and have a 5-course meal and each course is something like this are going to look at people who go in and do hot dog eating contests as like, what in the fuck? Do you not care about your body? Like there's all kinds of, there's just perspectives and there's levels to this shit. And where I think Proper Doinks and the Proper Smoke League is introducing that level, right? That level of paying attention, caring about what they're consuming, wanting to consume it in the best way possible. So why knock it? How do you feel about that comparison though? Yo, Blicky, he got you on that one, though. Because you know to keep that shit off the internet. Yo, Blicky shooters, 88 bodies. There is a clip right now going around, though, of that boxer, Adrian, I think it is. He was like playing some kind of Imagine Dominoes with Kodak Black and his squad. And it's probably just a clip that it's a clip farm, never mind. But it was like, yo, playing with this dude who's known to have 33 bodies. I'm like, how do you, that's just a stat? You can't have that stat. The fuck? I'm sure he's probably like, what? Whoa. The fuck just happened? It's fucking internet. Nice, Rafe. I appreciate that. Because I've been trying, I see these guys go through this scrutiny, and then I myself, right, kind of go through my own process with it and just try to marinate on it. And I think that's the best comparison that I can come up with, because I respect people that like to eat like that. Like, go and get it. But it's definitely something that, you know, is just not for everybody. And for me, I mean, I'm like, you know, shit, I'm too much of a Neanderthal. I will grind up the weed, though. I will say that every time. I will grind up the weed anytime Proper Smoke sends me something that is on record, and I will stamp that. And where the fuck do I need to, where's the hammer? Where's the fucking, like,
smoke weed every day.
There, let's use that one. This is an official announcement on TMW. Anything that's Proper Doinks network community sends me, not community, my bad. Because if obviously like the homies over here, Ridgeline, sent me some shit, my bad. Rewind that. Here we go. Official statement. Official statement here, TMW. Official statement. Anything that Paul or Adam send me from Proper Doinks, it will be ground up using a grinder. Official as fuck, man. That's official as we're gonna get right there. Let's go. Yeah. Let me go. Over here bullshitting. I'm not smoking, man. I'm gonna smoke some weed. I'm gonna get stoned real quick with you guys. Damn. I kind of like that energy. I might do use that more often. Official statement from TMW The Morning Wood. We are dropping an official statement. Shit is about to go down in this motherfucker. Make sure that you get your clip fingers ready. Man. Anytime I think of a lobster, I got a lobster story that I'll never forget. It does sound official. I've got a crazy lobster story. No. Submarine vibes, bro. I got a submarine story. Will mids one day be celebrated by the rich? Who knows? But that's a sad world. Oh, I read that weird. Will mids one day be celebrated by the rich? Who knows? But that's a sad world. Now, isn't it already? Right? Like, hello, it's 2026. That shit's been happening, dog. Right? Been happening. Been happening. It is sad. It is sad because it's like, damn, like, don't you smoke? Like when brands come out to Arizona and they'll plug themselves with like a fucking just garbage ass facility. I'm like, why did you do that? Like you feel that strong about your genetics that you're going to power through that? Have you, what, where, who, what, where, when, why? The 5 W's. I need to sit down with you. We need to understand what you were thinking. Yo, Bass had good weed. My only experience, though, now check this out. Kind of makes sense, though. My only experience with Mass weed, amazing, fire. Mass was that shit. And this was back in like 2011 or 12 or some shit. So I don't know. I mean, I believe it. And I came in as a tourist. I came in I came in on a tour with marijuana smokers. My first tour where we pulled up to Mass was with a group called Potluck and Johnny Richter. So like Potluck had the pool majority because of RIP to our guy. I can't even believe I'm drawing a blank on our guy's name, and RIP to him though. Garth the cultivator. And yeah, man, he had people pull up that had some crazy shit in Mass. So I can only imagine that on the next level when you're out there, you know, as a non-tourist, shit. These kids today will never know the struggle of de-seeding weed. Scrap, we talked about that earlier. What about just not even be able to find weed. There were days where you wouldn't even have weed because your plug didn't come through. You would go crickets. And then you had to navigate, am I fucking reaching out to this dude too much? He'll hit me, right? Like he'll call me. Damn, I forgot about that shit. Smoke weed to that. Rooster. No shit. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, obviously, I bet, as a tourist, I wasn't smoking the best, but I was smoking fire. So, I mean, yeah, shout out to you then. I believe it. And this was back in the day when there was no, only California was like really pushing medical. Oh, Ronan? Holy shit. That's crazy, huh? So you're like, this fool said days without weed? How long, like, and is it still like that now? Is weed easily accessible? Like, we see Trap Talk out there who is running a whole cannabis, fucking entertainment and based off his experiences. So it is accessible. But what about the people that aren't so hyper focused in on it? Like, right? Like, he's got a lot of plugs. He's been involved. He's done this, that, and the other. Okay. What about like the common motherfucker out there? What about Cloud Mav? That didn't come out. My bad. I didn't mean it like that though. I just meant like you hustle, you got your job, you grind, but you're not hyper focused in on marijuana like that, right? Fuck. You probably are. God damn it. That came across bad. Being kids walking around random grown dudes' houses to get weed was crazy. I never did that. I never had like an adult weed. Oh shit. I did, but I was an adult. Like, I never was a kid. Trying to run back real quick. I never had the plug. Let's be real here. I never was the person with the plug. I had the homies who had the plug. One time I had the plug, but he was into all kinds of shit. And I was like, I don't know. The guy with no bags always had the best weed. I just remember the best weed being what we used to call Christmas buds. Now what I realized was really Croptober. Right? Like, as I grew up, I realized, oh, Croptober was when we were getting all them Christmas buds. That was just what they were. That was the goddamn marketing, right? Cellophane baggies, bro. I've gotten weed in like a goddamn cigarette. You remember how like Marlboros, you like take off the fucking plastic, right? Top part, but people would leave on the bottom one. You know how many bags of weed or how much weed I've gotten in the bottom of those cigarette motherfucking things, and people would like light it up to seal it? I was like, just fold it. Just fold it. I don't know. I don't want anything dripping in my weed. Like, I always thought that the lighting it up was excessive. Like, it's cool. Don't do all that. I'm not gatekeeping. It's kind of nice to know everyone that you should know. In a few years, that will be impossible. The internet has changed the game. I experienced that with smoke shops. Smoke shops were your access point to the counterculture world for a long time. And then when the internet came around, it was like, oh shit, you can go directly to the artists? Well, then it became just up to the artist integrity, business integrity, on if they would sell direct, one, and if they were going to sell direct, Would they sell for the retail price, their recommended price, or would they sell for what they sold it to me for? What is that? What can I do with that? And there was literally all across the board on that. Like, there's no shame out there. And a lot of me as a person that came up, struggle, I was like, get it, fuck it. I understand if I can do with that. Glass blowing's a motherfucker. But I do think it fucked the game. I can go hours on the glass game. Fucking crazy. The napkin. Yeah, I've done that before. All of it. Slump. I was thinking back in Reggie days when medical first got introduced to us in 2010. My homie's parents had a medical caregiver. People at my school were paying 20 a gram. When we first went medical in Arizona, we had a few doctors that would pull up to wherever you were at. I got my card for the first time at my house in Tempe. The doctor pulled up. It was me and my friend. He handled it in my living room, and that was history. I still have the original paper medical card that we got. Pretty tight. Glass was like Bitcoin. I wish it was like Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin has just gone up, right? And we will see, because glass has been around a long time. So, there's still time will tell with Bitcoin, because glass has been around for 30 years. So Bitcoin is what? How old is Bitcoin? But Bitcoin's really only gone up. Yeah, it's dipped a little bit, but I mean, yeah, man, I really respect the glass artists out there, Nutmeg. I do feel that there was an inflation in pricing that I feel fucked up the game, but I don't want to take away from what I think I think that glass blowing is the most difficult art form that exists, and I don't think it gets the credibility, at least on the functional art. Obviously, because of what it is, obviously Patchouli gets a lot of love. So shout out to the glass artists out there that are non-functional and they get the love. But I think what we see from they call it the degenerate art, quote unquote. Shout out to that documentary. Blows out the water. And like, I think the greatest example that I can give to you, if you're interested, if you're out there and being like, this dude's crazy, look into artists like Buck. Buck has put together chandeliers, right? Like amazing art pieces out of glass. Darby's another one. WJC. Another just amazing. If I sat back, I can give you guys like a solid like 30 people that are just like, I wish I had more goats in my collection. I got a lot of dope shit, but like there's people out there that are fetching 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 dollars for their pieces still today. Hey, what's up, Trap Talk? I actually just brought you up. Shout out to you for popping in. Appreciate you when you pop in. Wow. I didn't see that comment above. So Bitcoin's pretty old. All right, got a little bit more of this blunt. I'm going to chop it up with you guys a little bit longer. Then I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you. Long episode today. Shout out to Paul jumping on. We had him on earlier. Dope conversation. And then other that way, we was just shooting the shit. .7? I thought that the rec world created eighths. But is that out of pocket? Like, I don't remember people being like, let me buy a 3.5. I feel like it was quarters, halves, and ounces. Eighths? Like, you're asking someone to do a half a gram is kind of crazy. Rapes have been around before? Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, I just, from my experience, I just felt like eighth kind of. No shit. Okay. Not rec, my bad. Medical. Like medical. Like just selling weed legally. I think legal weed created eighths. Was yeah, Dubs, there we go. I remember Dubs for sure. Yeah, my bad. More so legal weed though, like med. Dime bags. Damn. A dime bag. That's a gram though. Ray says, I feel like a top 50. So the staple in a sense, like you don't think it can go any lower. What about places like Oregon? Shout out to a previous partner, Joey. And he goes out to Oregon and he goes to a spot every time. He goes out there once or twice a year and always goes to the same spot. I think he says his top shelf. How do you find out? What's the plan once we all get the cut? Dude, what are we doing? What are we doing? Where would be the middle ground to meet, right? I feel like the majority of the audience, though, is on the West Coast. Where are you at? Let's do a check. I'm in Tempe, Arizona. Shout out to Arizona. Let's go. Been so long for me, Salt. It has been so long. When I think about that, when I think about times like that, I think about when I would go to California. There'd be like little spurts when I'd live there or when I'd visit there, I'd smoke weed with my cousin, right? And I remember throwing down on certain shit. I got 5 on it, you know? Wild times, man. And then I remember for a small period of time, and this is all just like make believe, allegedly, this never happened. I'm just out here being, bullshitting. But there'd be a time where I would buy an ounce and then break it down into 4 quarters type shit, right? And then as long as I can move those 3 quarters, I was able to smoke the 4th. And then I knew it was going down, so I'd be like, all right, nice. I just wanted to smoke for free at the beginning. That was so long ago, though. I don't even think that you can fuck with me like that. But I don't know, so I still say all that. Yeah, that's what Stu, I don't remember eighth. I don't remember eighths until medical, until legal weed. But I also like, maybe I just wasn't selling the right weed. Like I wasn't in that right, market. Yeah, but even when I was, further along, once I started, getting to a point, there was one point, the biggest point that I got to, like, just so you guys know my history a little bit, was like, my record was like 20 pounds in a month. All right, you can laugh at it, go ahead. That's fine. But I did it, and I was able to build some money, and that was tight. But I don't remember hell night selling these. Lowest I'm trying to go at that point was like an ounce. Right? An eighth? I'd be like, that's crazy. And I don't remember like people telling me that. It doesn't. I think in my opinion, legal weed introduced eighths. The 90s, Blicky? No shit. Damn. Cool combo. Appreciate it. That's crazy. An odd number, huh? There we go. See? Leave it to me to bring you guys together. Now, when you guys get thick in the next argument, just remember, there's guys like this dude. He didn't even know Ace were around. You started commercial in 01 and it was already, no shit. Damn. I guess I just wasn't asking. I don't know if that's like a bad thing. I think I just was buying ounces. Like, right? Like if I liked weed, I'm trying to buy the ounce. The lowest I would go is a quarter. And I'm talking about as an adult. The lowest I would go is a quarter. And that was just to be like, well, let me see if I fuck with it. They didn't want to tell me there was an eighth option. But they didn't want to tell me all that. Because I'd be like, all right, well, let me get a quarter so I can see if I fuck with it. What they could have been like was, oh, well, then just grab an eighth. Nah. So that shit wasn't presented to me until legality. I was like, what? Because I feel like we can look at legalities like medical also when we started seeing legal lanes and a little bit more of a protection if you had a medical card, right? So then things started moving a little differently. I feel like all of that kind of came around the same time where all of a sudden there's like Mylars and there's like, trappers with merch, right? We got t-shirts. We got boxes coming out, like all of that kind of. From my visualers, I'm trying to marinate, and it wasn't Arizona. Obviously, I'm like the first place that I really felt like went all out on that shit was Cali. If I sit back and think about it. I'm trying to think about what branding do I remember prior to like a California legalization type shit. And I can't really recall. Help me out. Was there like branding? You know what I mean? Like there was people that, you know, had names. I'm not saying that there weren't people with reputations. But those people with reputations were unknown to the visible eye. They weren't out here with a fucking merch booth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's way different now. Marijuana, I'm stoned. Make cheese great again. Yeah, when I was selling, no one asked me for an eighth either. That I can recall. But I never, I mean, I feel like I had the fire, but not like I never went and got like that for, you know, those packs. Like, so I, you know, all right, maybe things are different. I don't know. Because I was selling weed prior to legalization, right? Allegedly. It's all just make believe. I'm trying to know, like, if there was just people, yeah, like that were known, but their turkey bags came blank. The turkey bag came blank. Oh shit, I gotta get it. Marijuana to you guys. I gotta beat the lounge of one. I know, I just witnessed that. I said, shit. You know I like to end it. I like getting stoned with you though, man. Thank you. All right. Here we go. Marijuana, thank you so much for what you provide. This community's fucking amazing. We just smoke weed, chop it up. Marijuana.
Wow.
What